people to start logging in. We have Don with us today. We're still doing half guard passing. We're going to be doing some half guard passing today. Yesterday we worked a little bit of it. We're going to work from a similar position today, and we're going to get a little greedy. So if you guys like being greedy in your jiu-jitsu, today's a good day for you. All right. And I think we're ready. We're going to get moving a little bit, do a little bit of warming up, and we'll get moving. So I'm going to tilt the camera. That might be too much, but we'll see. Oh no, we're good. Okay. All right, so the first thing we're going to work on is, since we're working from the half guard, we're going to work on just a little bit of shrimping. So I'll do it at one angle, and you do it at the other maybe. So yeah, like just have your feet going forward. And then I'll have my feet going this way. Okay. You're perfect the way you are. And just remember, the hips come up, and then you turn onto the shoulder, drive the hips back. There we go. Come forward with that reverse shrimp, and then do the other side. The other thing I like to add to this as I get better at it is I imagine that my hands are pushing off an invisible wall. So see how they're like out here? And then they pull against that wall as I come under. There we go, that's pretty good. So from right here, you're good, Doc. Good job. From right here, I'm just going to work that bridging motion. So I'll come up over my shoulder and take my hand to the ground opposite side. So my left hand will go up to the right side. And again, Dustin, I don't have good contrast today. I'm sorry. That's good right there. All right, so from here we'll work our teeter-totter motion. If you haven't worked that, you're going to pull your knees to your chest and you'll extend your legs to sit up. So up and then here. There you go. And Don, I'll have you go that way with it. Okay. So feet toward the camera. Oh yeah, that's fine. Just so we have both angles. Oh, yeah, I think I did. And if you back up just a smidge, keep you in frame. There we go. Good. And the big key here is just control the motion. Make sure that you don't slam your feet down. So I don't want to hear that sound. Use your core to own that motion. Use your core, is right. And relax. Good. A couple more little ones. We'll do the sit-out drill. So we've been working on this one all week. Just remember that my knees are underneath my hips. Then I sit through. My arm is tight to my body. My head kind of looks to the sky. And then I just come back. Same thing other side. Let's go. That's good. Keep that, or in this case, your left arm, keep your elbow pulled tight to your body. Okay. There you go. There you go. Very good. Two more. 1, 2. Nice job. All right, friends, I'm going to do something real quick. I'm going to put on a different gi color top so that we have that contrast. So I'll be right back. Meanwhile, Dawn has a very important message. I'm going to talk a little bit again about the position we were in yesterday, how we got there, the battlefield of the half guard, and then some other ideas on passing. We're going to do probably what is my highest percentage pass, and we're also going to we're going to get greedy and take the back. So let's get ready for that. Now we should have a little more contrast between he and I. That'll help. When I'm showing you the leg stuff, it might be a little more tough, but that's okay. We'll deal.
I have silver shorts over there, if that would look really weird with a knee top.
No worries. We're good. Okay, so Dawn, I'm going to have you lay with your head going that way, your feet toward me. Okay. Perfect. And let's scoot this way a little bit. Okay. Nicely done. And we're going to be in half guard, so turn on your side for me. Okay. Good. And for Dawn's own learning experience, and maybe if you're newer, he wants this bottom leg to kind of hook my leg. There we go. That way I can't just pull it out, right? I can't just be like, it's mine. He's got it. And then this other leg would be in one of three spots. Okay, it would either be kind of shin across the belly, shin 45 degrees so the knee is pointed at the far shoulder, or shin kind of up so the knee is on this shoulder, all right? And no matter which one, and you would want to be on your side, not on your elbow. There we go. And that way those hands can be here to do things and stuff. And you want to stay kind of strong here so that if I push in, yes, you support my weight. See, so watch. If I come up on my toes, you can pretty much support me there, all right? And that's called a shin shield, or some places will call it a knee shield. I prefer shin shield because it's more about contact with the shin than it is the knee. And we're going to scoot back just a little bit more. We're really close to the edge. Very good. Okay. So yesterday I talked about the importance of getting to this spot. This is the battlefield. That's where I want to end up. Okay. And I talked about, like, I always use military tactical thought. You know, if these are the infantry, I want to bring the tanks. Boom. Right? That's going to beat his hands much easier than anything else. We talked about this leg and ways that I can get it up. I like to control the hip. Now the beauty is with the gi, I can just grab the belt here. It's a much better point of control than just holding the hip like I was yesterday. So if you think about keeping in contact here, there we go. You know, that way I've got good contact with him. I'll grab the belt, and then this hand, I'll like grab underneath the knee on the bottom side. And that allows me to rotate him if I need to. Okay? He doesn't want that to happen, of course, but the only way for him to stop it at this point would be to put this foot on the ground as I try to rotate him, and good, now I can get in tight. All right? So that's kind of what I want anyway, if he puts his foot down. So either way, I'm going to be able to get in tight to him. We'll talk next week about the what if I can't get in tight. That'll be another day. All right, so I'm trying to think where I'm going to end up here. Yeah, I think this will work. So I either rotate him, or as I try to rotate him, he bases his foot, and I bring my tank into the hip. So basically my knee is coming straight to his hip pocket here as I come down tight, and I want to get his head. All right, now he's probably going to triangle his legs here. He's going to like lock them up tight. When I feel that, I like to do a couple things. Let's turn this way just a smidge. I stay tight, but I don't turn yet. I love to open up the gi, bring it under, and hold it here. And just like having an underhook controls rotation, this helps control rotation as well. So when I have the gi, use it as a tool to help control rotation. Especially because it might be tough to get the underhook here. You know, maybe he's got his, but I can still grab that gi and pull him in tight. And now we're going to turn back here. I'll pinch this knee to his thigh, turn and sit to my hip. Okay? And now this leg's going to be doing some work. So I'm going to turn so that you guys can see that. Let's turn here. Yep. Boom. Right here. Okay? So at this point, I've got my leg here, and you'll notice that I kind of triangle my leg underneath the other one. And the reason for that is, go ahead and keep them locked, please. All right? The reason for that is, I lied. If he doesn't have them locked, he's just holding here, it's still hard to get my leg free. See, keep it with this. But if I pry against my own leg and open, it opens his leg, and I might be able to just take it out. As I do that, I keep my chest down. So that's pass number one. I'm going to say it's the least common one to happen, because a lot of times people will lock their legs. But this kind of goes along with yesterday's pass, where we just levered the leg open to go straight. This is another way to lever that leg straight. Let's look at it one more time. And just so you know, Don, what's going on there is I'm controlling you. I got you on your back, fed your gi, put my shoulder on, and then I turn and I sit like I can look at your feet. Okay. I was being nice, but you should keep tons of face pressure. And then I take this leg behind my other one. Okay. And I go boom.
For leverage.
And then when the leg straightens, I just lift it. You're like slingshots off.
Makes sense.
So let's do it again. Okay. And we'll do it, I think, at this angle. That's perfect. So again, from the beginning, this is probably here, because in a regular half guard, he wouldn't want to triangle his legs. That's just a desperation thing people do once they feel like they're going to lose you. So I get a grip here. And look, you might have to hand fight for this kind of stuff. Boom. Maybe I hold his arm here for a little bit, find the belt, get this leg, and either as I start to rotate him, he bases his foot to stop the rotation, or, go back, or he just allows the rotation to happen. I don't care why, I just take whichever one he gives me. Come in, get the head. I like to hold this leg sometimes too. Turn, sit, foot hooks behind my other one. My knee opens, I kick out, and then I can use my leg to clear him off. Then I'm inside control. All right, so if you have questions on this one, let me know, because this position is where we're going to start from next, except he's going to triangle his legs. You want to try it?
Yeah, absolutely. Awesome. That's why I came.
Beautiful. So here, I should just open that up for you. So to start,
Oh yeah.
I'm here, okay, grip on the belt, and grip under the knee.
Okay.
Good, you start to rotate me,
Okay.
and I don't let that happen, so now you just come down tight.
Okay.
Oh, yes, good.
Maybe let go of my.
Yeah, now feed this down,
Okay.
and then this won't come under my head,
Okay. Yeah.
but not under my arm in this case.
Okay.
Good, and we just feed that gi up to this hand,
Okay.
from underneath me.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay.
So now you can pull it super tight and put your shoulder, yeah, there you go.
Okay.
Now turn and sit to this hip.
Okay.
There you go. Now see how my leg is kind of open? If you just try to pull your leg out, it's going to be hard.
Yeah.
So you're going to lever it behind and just kind of open up like you're going up. Yep. And now just kick your leg straight and I lose it.
Okay.
And that's it.
Okay.
Okay, try again. You're a hustle.
Yeah. Okay. Grab knee there. Grab the belt.
Here.
And the knee. Just
There you go. Boom. Get tight.
now get tight. Grab this. Sorry.
do
Get
that.
the underhook.
You're all right.
Feed this over. And
Turn and sit.
turn and sit.
Now, right here, guys, he's being nice here too, but what you would want to do is put a shit ton of pressure on my face.
Oh, like this?
Yeah, like keep me looking that way.
Okay.
There you go. That way I can't push into you real hard. Good. Now he crosses the legs and then he extends. There it is. Nice. And then he gets the side control. Very good. Very good. Let's see what we got up here. So that's like my first option there. Once I get tight and I turn and I sit. Why would I do that versus what we did yesterday? Is maybe I just don't feel like I can get the same controls as I did yesterday. Yesterday we were able to get the underhook, we were able to kind of base out, but if we don't feel like we can do that, maybe they're moving a lot, then this is where I would go. And I'm going to be honest, that particular pass I use a lot. Now this next part of it is what I end up using the most. Without a doubt, I use this like 90% of the time I pass the half guard. So let's go put your head that way. So again, we're going to be looking at this leg. And the other thing is when I turn and sit, you're going to notice that I kind of elevate his leg by putting my knee underneath him. And when I turn and sit, his leg is off the ground. His hip comes off the ground as well. So I think that's important to know. And then I'm going to walk my foot heel toe, all the way to his butt. Let's take a look at that. So we got tight the same way. Boom. I like to feed the gi if I can. If I can't, I can still do it, but it's better if you feed the gi. Here, turn, sit. Now, in this situation, he's going to triangle his legs. All right, so now look, I can't just pry him open. It's not going to work. And you're going to want to triangle right over top of this so I can't pull it out. Yes, there we go. Okay. Yeah, really get that stuff. See, now I'm stuck. All right, so I hold the leg right here. And now, see how my foot's way out here? I walk it real close to his butt. Heel toe, heel toe, heel toe. You feel that?
Get loose right there.
Yeah, and now watch. It's real easy to push his knee off. And then ideally from here, I just shrimp my hip back, put my knee in his hip pocket, and I can pull my leg out. Okay? See how my knee went in his hip pocket? That kind of shoves him that way while my leg moves away. Let's turn and look at this from a different angle. So again, we got in tight, managed to feed this guy. I'm going to let you feel that pressure one time just so you get it. But I would, see how I'm making you look the other way?
Oh yeah.
And now right here, see how his hips are off the ground? That's by nature of how I put my knee underneath his thigh. I'm going to be nice to your head now. And then I like to grab right here. And the reason I grab this leg is because in the position I'm in, I'm off balance to my back, okay? Meaning that if he bases this leg hard and drives into me here, push up. Yes, he might roll me over. So I want to be defended against that by holding that leg. So if you try to do that, go ahead. I've got it. And then, of course, he just opened up. I just step out. All right? But he's not going to do that because he feels I've got the grip. He knows it's not a good idea. So I take my foot and I walk it heel, toe, heel, toe, heel, toe, heel, toe. As close to his butt as I can get it. Because I want my shin to be straight up and down. If it's at an angle, when I try to push him down, it's hard. Okay? Plus, he might like grapevine up my leg. You know how they like to triangle and then grapevine and all that stuff. So I don't want that to happen. So heel toe, heel toe, heel toe, all the way to his butt, as close as I can get it. I'll even move my hips into him, stay real tight. Chest is down. And now I push the knee, but I don't let go of it. Like I know I gave you the dramatic example how I can do it with one hand. But I would keep a hold of it, push it, and when my knee clears, which is hard for you to see, let's exaggerate that. My knee is clear of his, meaning that his leg is not over top of mine anymore. Okay, let's come back. Okay? When I feel that knee come clear, I shrimp my butt away and put my knee into his hip pocket. All right? Now, it's hard for him to get his guard back in any kind of way. I pull it out, and I'm ready to go. To finish, if I just let go, he can bring his knee back in. So to finish, I usually take that same leg and drag him sideways with it so that it's hard for him to escape. Okay. So let's see how it goes.
And I don't know if you guys could see, but I definitely felt my heel with contact with my leg. It was breaking as he was getting real close to my butt. There was nothing for me to anchor onto.
So same beginning. You get tight. Arm goes under the head. You feed the gi. Now, think about extending this leg a little bit and pinch it right onto mine, and now turn and sit. Feel how that elevates me? Make sure you stay up.
Okay.
There we go. Bend this knee so that your toes are engaged on the ground. There you go. Now, I lock.
Okay.
All right, so I've got this death grip on his leg. You're going to take your hand and grab my knee. And just grab like make a little handle here, guys. All right, good. Now he's keeping tons of pressure on my face. Yes, his chest is facing me because the more his chest faces the ground, or his back faces the ground, the easier it is to roll him. And now he walks heel toe up to my butt. Yes. Good. And then when you feel you can, just push my leg off. And yep, that's how easy it happens. Now, shrimp the butt backwards a little bit. Put the knee in my hip. Oh, before you pull that out. So the idea is I can follow you, right?
Okay.
So now I'll take this bottom knee and put it in my hip.
Okay.
Yeah, and a little bit more. Like kind of, I guess what I mean is make it, let me have it, like lift it up a little bit.
Okay.
Yes, there.
Okay.
Well, guys, I'll show you that detail here in a second. Keep your chest down though. Good. Now, see how I can't follow you as you pull it out? Now I'll just pull the leg, and I can't come into you. So that's what you've prevented.
Okay.
All right, and then push the leg this way a little bit, and now kind of use your hip to scoop me in that direction. There, and just square up as you do it.
Okay.
So come up. Yes. You know, and now he's going to just kind of get up to his knees, and he used his leg and hip to turn me a little bit at the finish. Good. Let's do it again.
Okay.
Guys, if you need another angle, let me know. Go ahead. So from the beginning, we're at knee belt. So make sure you grab my knee there too. Yeah. There we go. You want to rotate me? And let's say I don't let you rotate me. So then what do? You just come down tight, right? Good. Like this. Yep.
Feed the gi.
Hold tight. Yes, that's real good.
Okay.
Turn and sit.
Sit like this.
Yep. Nice. And I do this. I give it the death grip. Hold the knee. Guys, it's also acceptable. Right now we're making a little grip on the knee. If it's no gi, he can bring his hand through there all the way, like go all the way, and kind of just hug the leg as well. That works gi and no gi. So that's another good way to do it. Like he's cradling it. Okay? Yep, you can do that. And now same thing with the hip, or with your bottom leg. Shrimp back a little bit, put the knee in my hip pocket. So remember, bring it up into this hole. Yes, there it is. Good. Keep the chest down, and now just pull your leg out. Well, and look, during this time, if I try to play, I can't roll him because I can't plant that far leg to the ground. That's why we're controlling that far leg. Now he pushes it away, and then he can square up. All right, that's how he controls my rotation. Remember yesterday we talked about controlling rotation where? Do you remember?
Hips and
Kicks.
elbows and chin.
Knees, elbows, chin, right? We're controlling at the knee, makes it easy to do it.
Yeah.
Let's look at this detail on the hip that I'm talking about, with the knee and the hip pocket. I'm trying to think of the best view. Maybe this way. And I'm not gonna put my foot in there because I want you to be able to see what's going on with the hips. So just use your imagination. Imagine he's holding me in a half guard. But I want you to be able to see what's going on with my knee. And actually, I'm going to turn you a little bit more this way. So pretend this leg is in the half guard. Let's go ahead and just bring all this up. Just your hand. Yeah, right here. All the grips, let's imagine we have all that kind of stuff. I'm more worried about you seeing this leg. Because if you can imagine, he's holding onto my leg, right? Pretend it's in there. When I feel him come off of my knee, all right, before I pull it out, I'm going to shrimp back and put that knee right in his hip pocket right here. Okay, of course this leg is still in there as you do it. So that's where like when we talk about shrimping, using both feet, using just the bottom foot, using just the top foot, that mechanic and the ability to do it either way is important right here too. Because I have to be able to be controlling, he's got my top leg, but I've got to be able to move myself back and then put my knee into his hip pocket. And that creates a nice wedge, making it real hard for him to follow me or roll me in any kind of way. Does that make sense? Absolutely. Okay, cool. So that's number 2. Number 3 is going to take us to the mount, and then when he defends that, we take the back, and they can all join us. All right, guys, let's get into the third option here. And then we're going to get greedy, bonus samurai roll at the end, guys. So if you want to see, if you like to have greedy jiu-jitsu, and just say, screw all this, I'm just taking the back, you want to stay and watch till the end. And by the way, taking the back's a good idea. All right. So, same exact situation. Go ahead and lay down. That way. Yeah. I have all of this. I turned, I sat, go ahead and lock it up. And instead of trying to come out to side control, I'm going to go to the mount. Actually, we're going to scoot that way a smidge. I'm like way up at the far edge. Okay, so I walk heel toe, heel toe, heel toe. I do this and I decide I'm just going to put my knee to the ground. But look, he's got a free arm, right? So if I just try to do that, he's going to push it. So what do I do? Go ahead, hold it. I take my hand in and lock it up. And now I can come in. Now we're going to turn 90 degrees. So look, keep this real tight, please. Don't let me pull my foot out. What you're going to see is like your foot gets stuck here because they have a death grip on it. The reason that can happen is because his knees can point that way. So all I do is I come to this side and I make his head look the other way. He can't both let his knees face one way and his head face the other. And since the neck is the weaker of the two positions there, his head's going to lose. He's going to be forced to look away, and then your legs just came right open. Yeah. It's like he might be able to kind of keep them turned, but not with any power or force, unless they're extremely flexible. And it's very hard to have flexibility where you can put your knees, that way, and your head 180 degrees from it with your chin on the ground and your knees on the ground. Because that's where I'm going to put his chin, is just right to the ground. You can also do this by coming around, grabbing the collar and prying him down, but I prefer to just use my hand on the chin. I find that you make less friends, but it works really well. Okay, fair? Let's look at it one more time. So we've already made our way, controlling the collar. We're tight, we sat through, walked heel toe, heel toe, heel toe. Guys, that's the most important thing, okay? Because if you're back here, they're going to start like locking up your foot in weird ways. All right, you would like triangle your legs together, like this one over, yeah, and then like lock this behind, yeah. It's called a grapevine, and once he gets that, it's really hard to get away from. So I don't want that to happen. Like I was able to just undo it there because he's barely giving me any resistance. But like trust me, when people want to have a death grip on it, it's hard to get away from. So when I come up heel toe, heel toe, heel toe, it makes that hard to do. plus his knee just slides right off of me. And I put my knee to the ground. And he's going to keep a death grip there. If he doesn't, great, you get your mount. If he pushes while you're trying to do that, push here, to stop you from going in, you underhook, walk under, and make sure that you don't let him collect you here. So like he's not holding you tight. You're nice and wide with your arm, and it's hard for him to break that down. Boom. Come to the other side, drive his face down, flip your foot out. So this is a nice way to get the mount from the half guard. This is actually in our blue to purple curriculum too. So great, great, great technique here. You want to try?
Absolutely. Let's see here. Okay. Half guard. Grabbing this. Trying to rotate that way. Come in. Get the underhook.
Yeah, there you go. Very good.
And that, and then hitting it to the side. Putting this knee.
So don't let all this space go.
Oh, yeah.
There we go. Good.
This knee up the knee.
Yeah, but see, so that means maybe you're not getting it. Just walk heel toe, heel toe.
Heel toe.
Hold the knee.
And then, yeah.
There we go.
Knee like that.
Do that.
Push like that.
Yeah, normally in this variation, it's probably because you got this grip.
Okay.
Good, so now just drive me this way and think about bringing your knee to the mount.
Okay.
And I try to stop it. So what do? Yes, good, he came under. Boom, and you might just get that. Let me have it back. And now if I decide to put a death grip on it,
Okay, you would
go here, make me look the other way.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, that sucks. There we go.
And then, yeah.
Okay, let's do a different angle for our friends. Pretty easy, right?
Not bad. Don't you remember everything?
Mm-hmm. So what's going to happen, guys, is you're going to get this in pieces. You're going to remember like how to sit over, but then you're probably going to forget what to do there. You're going to remember, okay, I sit over, oh, and I can grab the collar too. And then you're going to do it like with no-gi, and you're going to be like, oh crap, where's the collar? You know? But over time, if you remember the sit over and the heel toe, you'll almost always feel like you've got an option to escape. Let's keep going.
Pushing that. Running that way. Come in. Tight. Knee. Knee like that. Heel toe. Push it like that. And then
Knee to the ground, push.
to the ground. Pushes. Coming up like that. And then if that, let's see, knees are pointing that way, so I need to come.
Other hand.
Oh, other hand. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's a lot easier.
And the reason that's important is, let's go back there, please. So you got like the 1 foot in, your knees on the ground here. And I'm controlling, and you've got this killed up.
Okay.
If he tries to let go with this arm and push my face, go ahead. Well, now I can just come back to his knee with my hand and push it. Like, so he's going to be fighting one side. So he's already got this arm killed up. Now he uses this guy. Yeah, there you go. And I'm being stupid as a defender by trying to hold on to that anyway. And what I mean is, I should just accept that this side is controlled and I should be trying to escape the other side. But that would be the correct thing to do. Okay. All right. Are there any questions so far? We're going to get into the greediest option of all, called the samurai roll. But before we do, I want to make sure we don't have any questions. Okay. So the samurai roll comes when I have my knee free. And the most common place for me to do it from is when I have this almost mount position. So my knee is free, it's on the ground there, and he's not allowing it to come out. So I can actually just, instead of worrying about the mount, I can be like, okay, you keep that, and then I can just take his back instead. So let's get into that position, and we'll do it your head this way and feet toward me. Okay. So the situation, go ahead, grab there, please. The situation was this. I was out and I was almost to mount. I know you can't see this knee. That's okay. Most things are going to happen over here, and I'll give you guys different angles too. So I'm in here controlling. Maybe I even have this arm killed, and he's keeping this leg. So he's keeping, see how he's got this foot? No, you can't see that. See how I still got my foot here? My knee's on the ground. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to frame this way and step back. And I can look at his legs now. And once I can look at his legs, I'm going to do a forward roll over this shoulder. And you just do your best to go along with it. Okay? Here. And now, I've got his back. You can let go of that. So he kind of like throws himself into the move just because of the awkwardness of it. So let's do it again. This time we'll do it, yeah, maybe a different angle somewhere. Slightly the other way. So again, I came up this way. He was giving me problems. My knee is on the ground. I'm shifting my weight to this leg. Go ahead, keep my leg, please. If of course he lets go of the leg, then great. He lets go of the leg. I frame over here. It's going to make it hard for him to come back and defend it now. Okay? This leg steps over, and I look down at his legs. I can even grab his leg to help me with this as I come through. All the hands go toward the feet. Just keep looking at the feet. See, I'm just going slow. Right here, I can put my foot on my own foot to help the roll. And now I can see his back. Once I see his back, just start looking for his collar. And then move yourself up there. Okay? So, don't expect, what's the way I want to put this? Don't expect that he's going to just fall into a good back control. It's probably not. Once you see the back, you want to think of yourself as like one of those little monkeys that live in the jungle, and like you see a tree, so you scurry up the tree. His back is the tree, you're the monkey. You get there, the minute you see the tree, boom, you scurry up and you get your position. Let's do it one more time.
Okay.
So from the very beginning, half guard here, controlling, we're in here, put him down, come over, get tight, I've got the gi. I turn and sit, keep my leg please. He's got my leg, I walk heel toe, heel toe, heel toe, push it down, kill the arm, and he keeps my foot. And that's tough to deal with sometimes. So I could go like this and take them out, or I could be greedy. One, step back, look, come up over his leg, turn. I see his feet, look. I grab that foot. That's me slapping it, just so you guys can see it. All of my arms go toward his leg. Keep looking at the legs. All right? If you're messing it up, it's probably because you're looking toward the head when you roll. You're going to try to roll this way, it's going to be nothing. It's not going to be there. So I look this way. Push with this, my only free leg. Come in. I climb up the tree. I've already got his neck. So that's the samurai roll. It's a really fun move to do to people. The key is that you're basically almost in mount. Ready to try?
Yeah, try it if you would.
So over here.
Okay, start this one. Grab this. Let's see if I can.
Good.
Like that. Come up under. Take that.
Nice.
And then kind of roll over on my side. Take this knee.
Stay tight, stay tight, stay tight.
Take this knee, put it up here.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yep. Start walking yourself to the mount.
Like that. And then put that over there. You got my leg. So that's not good. So I would come.
So get your knee to the ground here.
Knee to the ground.
There you go. Now, let go of my head completely.
Okay.
Putting this arm to the other side.
Okay.
All the way to the other side. There you go.
Okay.
Yes. Now, take this foot, take this hand like you're going to try to grab my feet.
Okay.
Yes. Now roll over this shoulder. Look away from, nope. Roll that way.
Oh, jeez.
Yes. And now you see my back, start to go after it. Good. Now, because you let go with your legs, that's why you ended up in side control.
Okay.
So you can see some of the things that are going to happen as you learn this. Like, you got to make sure to keep your leg raised, because that's actually going to help roll me.
Okay.
But as long as you don't let go of that, you'll find that it actually becomes a hook automatically.
Okay.
Do it again.
Okay. Yeah. Good idea.
So we'll just automatically beat it.
Okay. Defend. Stand.
That's here, being a little strong.
That. Put your head up. Put that there. You got my leg.
Come all the way to the other side. Take your arm with you. There you go. Good. Now, make sure to keep this laced as you start to roll.
Okay. Let's see. And then we're gonna go.
Tuck this. Go over this shoulder.
Okay.
There you go. Keep this in. Yes, there it is. Now, let go of my foot. Yes.
Okay.
See how you're on my back now? Good. And it's a fight. You feel how the end of it's a little bit of a fight?
Yeah.
Like you're not going to be in perfect position until you work for that.
Some of these moves don't work slow, they work in actual fights.
Yeah. I mean, it'll kind of work slow, but it's still going to be
Okay.
They're not going to just fall into the back, I guess is what I'm saying. They're going to feel a little bit offset. You'll have to adjust yourself at the end.
The more I did it, the more natural it felt. As usual.
Good. All right, guys. So that's everything I had to go over today. I don't even know how long it's been. Guys, what questions do we have? Let me check the time. Don, I really appreciate you coming in today, man.
Appreciate you having me. It's super fun.
Yeah, it's good. Last time on the mats. Guys, next week is May. For those of you who aren't ready or at high risk or whatever. I can't say it enough. I have a buddy that I just learned today, his school shut down. So I can't say enough. Thank you for everything you've done. I know that we're going to give you the time back later and all that stuff, but, you didn't have to help us at all, and you did, and, it's right here. I can tell you that the whole staff is just extremely touched by it. So thank you. Thank all of you. All right, my friends, make sure you watch it on the replay if you haven't watched it yet. I'll talk to you later. See ya.